How to be the number one priority in his life. Number 1. Know your worth. Before asking your partner to prioritize you, you have to know your own worth first. Gain a deeper understanding of your worth and what you deserve. You need to realize that you are a person that is worth all the time, care, and effort that he should be giving you. Remember that you are an amazing human being who is special and irreplaceable. Do not let him make you think you are worth anything less than your actual worth. Once you inherently understand your self-worth, others, including your partner, will see that you are not someone that can easily be tossed aside. Number 2. Trust your instinct. Your instinct can often detect that something is not right, long before your brain even notices. If you ever feel neglected, it is probably because you are being neglected, whether you understand the reason behind this gut feeling or not. Don't ignore this feeling and immediately tell him that you don't feel like a priority in his life. Sometimes, your partner might not even realize that he is ignoring you or is not attentive towards your needs. If this is the case, then how else will he know you are feeling neglected unless you tell him? If your partner truly loves you and means no harm when he ignores you, then he will quickly adjust his behavior according to your needs. Number 3. Do not become too tolerant. Most of us hate being in very restrictive environments. It's the same when it comes to relationships, which leads many of us to loosen our grip on our partners. But be careful of loosening too much or even having no ground rules at all. You need to let him know that you have some boundaries. If not, he will never know if he is doing anything wrong and will do whatever he pleases. Yes, make some compromises, but don't let this be a way for him to trample all over you. Know what your limits are, and stand your ground if he ever decides to cross them. Number 4. Act what you feel. If you are feeling neglected, show it. Sometimes, it is better to act how you feel rather than telling him how you feel. Depending on the man, he just might not understand what exactly you mean until you show him through your actions. After all, actions can speak louder than words. Show him that you feel like he is not prioritizing you. Try giving him some distance and decrease your interactions with him. If you live with him, maybe try not to engage with him unless you have to. If you don't live with him, don't rush to answer his messages. He will start to miss you and realize that he should cherish you more. Number 5. Let him learn to compromise. Compromise is a two-way street. That means it should not just be you that makes compromises, he should make some compromises too. If you are constantly rewriting your schedule to meet him, it's time to let him know that you will not be doing so anymore. You should not be the only one going out of your way to adjust to his needs. When scheduling dates, find a time where you're both free, not just when he's free. When picking out a place to meet, make sure it is somewhere not too inconvenient for both of you, not just somewhere that's convenient for only him. The important thing to remember is that your needs are just as important as his, and he needs to compromise accordingly too. Number 6. Pick up a hobby. One of the reasons he starts to lose interest in you might be because he finds you boring. Whenever the two of you have a conversation, it starts to go nowhere because you have nothing interesting to add. One of the ways you can bring a new topic to the conversation is by picking up a new hobby. It can be knitting, photography, cat grooming, or even softball. When you are together, you can share the ins and outs of your learning of this new hobby. But be careful of choosing a new interest that specifically caters to him. He might see it as a ploy to gain his interest rather than you truly having a passion for it. What he loves to see is not you suddenly gaining interest in his hobby. What he wants to see is the passion within you that drives you to learn and grow. Number 7. Keep your life from before you met him. Whoever you are, you had a life before you met him. Maybe you were a hard-working career woman, or maybe you were dedicated to helping out at the local shelter. Whatever your life looked like before entering into a relationship with him, don't so easily dismiss it just to be with your partner. Remember that the person your partner fell in love with is that person who wasn't in a relationship with him. If you have goals, continue pursuing those goals. Don't set them aside because you think that's what a partner should do. If you give up your dreams and goals from your life before him, one or both of you will start resenting each other. Your partner will stop seeing the person he fell in love with, only seeing a shell of that person instead. Number 8. Show him that you are independent. It might sound counterintuitive, but showing that you can function perfectly fine without him will show him that he needs to prioritize you more. One of the reasons your partner might be neglecting you is that he finds it exhausting to have to take care of your every need. Because of this, he starts reducing the time he spends with you. When you show him that you are independent and don't need him in your life, he will start seeing you not as a burden, but as an energizing factor that will invigorate him. As a plus side, being independent will make you realize that you don't need him and will feel less bummed out when he doesn't give you his attention. Number 9. Spend time with your friends and family. If you feel like you are not one of your partner's priorities, this might be a good time for you to spend some quality time with your friends and family. Instead of wasting precious energy in trying to get your partner's attention, it's good to get them from people who you know will give you the attention you deserve. Maybe it's your brother or your best friend. These are the people that will always have your back no matter what. When your partner sees that you can depend on other people instead of just him, he will feel like he is not the only one burden to take care of you. It will take some of the pressure off of him and allow him to truly appreciate you again. Number 10. Give him one last chance. When all else fails, give him the ultimatum. If you have told him how you feel, and you've given him some distance to spend more quality time with your family, but he still does not prioritize you, maybe it is finally time to give him that ultimatum. Let him know in no uncertain terms that either he changes his behaviors or you end the relationship. Sit him down and tell him that you will not be treated in this way anymore, and that you are worth so much more than what he has given. He needs to know that he cannot take you for granted, and that he needs to put in the work to make the relationship work. Number 11. Be prepared to end the relationship. At the end of the day, it depends on him, whether he wants to prioritize you or not. As they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. You might do everything you can to make him feel like he should prioritize you, but he is the only one who can make that decision. If you have given him too many chances and he still has not changed his ways, it is time for you to let go of this relationship. No relationship is worth being treated like you are not special, not even by your partner. Trust that you will find someone else who will treat you like you deserve to be treated. Number 12. Turn it into a lesson. When a relationship turns for the worst, it can feel like the worst pain imaginable. In the thick of it, you start to think that you will never feel better and that the sun will never shine again. But through time and effort, you will be able to get over that relationship. Once you pass this mourning period, look back on it as a lesson for you. What went wrong with the relationship? What part of him do you never want to see in your future partner? What do you want in a future relationship? Experience is the best lesson in life, and this is no exception. Take the pain you experience and turn it into a meaningful lesson for your future.